My story will begin with a poem. Education. This letter is not meant to criticize or put you down. It's a letter to remind you, a note to self kind of letter, a letter to take you back to remind you of why you are here. See, you are here for every child, but sometimes you forget one, the middle one, and education, I am your middle child. And yes, I am the sibling of the student you had 1, 2, 3 years ago, and you wonder if the same blood runs through our veins because she would open the books and I just opened my mouth. So you compare me, you wonder, you doubt, you hesitate to change what you do, and instead you fail me. And as a 13-year-old child, I take that F and apply it to every part of my being. But education, my aspirations can only go as far as you let me take them. And while my mother may not attend your PTA meetings, hold a certificate equivalent to a degree, she sure knows that an F does not mean fantastic, and with her broken English, she'll conjugate verbs and toss in some adjectives so that you know, so that you are aware that you too need to believe. Believe that I too am advancement. And they gave me the way via AVID and Mecha officer, AP English, and how about AP Gov, they said. Try a UC and a CSU. Here's a professional. Listen to what they have to say because someday, that might be you. No medication psychologist or anything beyond parent meetings, a detention here and there, and a teacher. In innovation, the possibility to magnify my competencies. Education. Through AVID, you found the way to see the radiance in me, your middle child. And it was simple. You see, you prepared 3 compelling educators to believe, to look beyond judgment, to purely understand, to transform, to discover the potential of a child, an individual, distinguishable from any other, 2 supportive parents, first-generation college, and a desire, a trackless yearning for something, for a vision they, a vision I, a vision thought to be beyond my reach. Education. Through AVID, you gave me confidence, optimism, and a purpose. The tools to outweigh the challenges, and now I am determination. High school class of 2000, a bachelor's in 2005, teaching credential 2006, and in May 2012, I'll walk across that stage one more time. And that will not be the last. I now have ambitions, you see, to walk, to represent the many youth whose visions get blurred because they get lost beneath the rubble of grade books, staff meeting agendas, and state standards. I have ambitions, you see, to receive, to be enlightened and kindle the lives that I now have the opportunity to transform. I have ambitions, you see, to fulfill dreams, to quench the thirst for knowledge that my mother possesses and I've inherited. Do you see that? They did. They built it. I am AVID. So education. This letter has your name on it, but I know you don't work alone. Please, pass it on. As I prepared to share my story with you, I struggled because the stories of many AVID graduates here today, at the conferences I've attended, and the stories that my students tell convey challenges that I was fortunate not to encounter. My parents were immigrants who worked blue-collar jobs. Our family lived in my grandmother's home, and I cannot recall a day we lacked food on our table. Along my journey, I have learned to appreciate what I did have and have come to view my own students as my heroes. Heroes, because I cannot imagine having to deal with the challenges they encounter. Parents being deported, multiple families living in the same house, or being raised by extended relatives in place of their own mother. So you're probably asking yourself, then why are you here? I am here because in order to promote equity in education, we need to be aware of all of our students' stories. My story is about how I lacked the tools to be successful academically, and I found an outlet by becoming a class clown, for which I did have the ability and tools. My grades were not close to those my sister attained, but she wasn't funny. I was. Now, as a teacher, karma is fulfilling its duty. Oh well. Just like I get frustrated with those class clowns, my teachers did too, and I spent my share time outside of the class or isolated from my classmates. Upon entering AVID, my AVID teachers provided me with an alternative. They gave me access to leadership opportunities that awakened a sense of value and inspired me to start thinking what it was I wanted to do with my life. They handed me the tools to make such desires attainable and real. Now, I am paying it forward. I strive to learn my students' stories so that I too can find their strengths and give them a purpose. I am currently enrolled in the Masters of Sociological Practice, otherwise known as sociology, at Cal State San Marcos, where I will complete a thesis on youth and resiliency in 2012. Upon completion, I plan on extending my research through a PhD program. In 2006, my family and I purchased our first home. And at 27 years old, I finally have my own room. Most importantly, my parents have a home they can call their own. Lastly, through my academic and social accomplishments, I hope to pay the debt I owe to my AVID teachers, Michelle Mullen, who's sitting right there, Blaze Newman, and Mary Duggan, who showed me the way and to this day continue to support and give me access to opportunity. Through such opportunities, they have demonstrated the prototype of what every teacher should be. They are the face of education, the face of AVID, and all of us are too. Thank you.